Content has been changing a lot lately because all the platforms are now so related to short form video, whereas a lot of the platforms back in the day didn't really have easy access to video, or it was just a YouTube thing or something along those lines. You know, now everybody's got access to short-term video, short-form video, and so not only do we have to figure out what kind of content is in our videos, but we got to make sure that they're played on the platforms that that align themselves with our target market, that we'll get a little bit more in a second. One of the first things that you need to do is you need to conduct a social media audit of yourself. What have you been doing lately in social media? What has been working or what has not been working? And so we've got to really figure that out first as to what is the current state, because we cannot build a future state in a vacuum. We cannot build a future state until we understand the current state, the things that have worked for us, the things that have not worked for us, and then we need to identify if we need future resources. Like, for example, are you as a solopreneur, for example, going to learn this yourself? The major resources required don't really exist, or they're not to the level that you want, so you're going to end up doing a lot of stuff yourself. Or do you have the resources to farm this out to some sort of marketing agency or social media agency, things along those lines? So you're going to need to come along with that. And then once you understand your resources and you've got to figure out, what are your competitors doing? Hey, if you're in the insurance business, what are your competitors? If you're in the food business, what are they doing? What do their logos look like? What do their postings look like? Are they videos? Are they articles? Are they free samples? What are they doing, and are they successful at it? Because that's going to really help us frame what you need to accomplish and the resources that you're going to need to provide that. So you're going to start by pulling social media analytics and get the analytics on your audience. The analytics on your audience is going to be key, because and we'll talk about this a little more in the next couple of minutes, but it goes back to one of the fundamentals of all business, of all marketing, is your target audience. Who are you trying to sell to, and through what vehicles? In this particular sense, we call that content and audience analytics. And so when we do that, we're going to make sure that we have really appropriate access to analytics, so we can assess performance. The thing about social media, one of the significant benefits of social media marketing is the data behind it. In the traditional media, television, radio, newsprint, magazines, you always made an investment that was that was an interpretation or a forecast. It never really did have a lot of data behind it. Social media, with its instantaneous data and analytics, can tell us very inexpensively if our programs are working, if our postings are working, if our videos are working. And we can look at these analytics very quickly and very succinctly, and we can make changes in midstream. We can make changes after a week, we can make changes after 2 weeks or a month. We can make the changes that can be made inexpensively, so you don't blow a lot of money waiting on things to happen that are not going to happen. So that's one of the reasons why a social media marketing strategy is just so important, because it's inexpensive relative to the traditional mediums, and we have the data in real time that we can make adjustments if we so have to.